Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. I&R spoilers. Nick discovers Adam's secret. Chelsea begs him not to tell Sally. The Young and the Restless. I&R spoilers show that it looks like Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, will have a big decision to make following their passionate night together. Do they come clean or do they keep the secret to themselves and try to forget it ever happened? We aren't entirely sure what the writers have against Adam and Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, being together. They have been absolute dynamite together, and yet every time they get a glimmer of happiness, it is stripped away, and we have to see them be drawn apart yet again, unless Adam can convince Chelsea not to say anything and let him live his life for this life. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Adam Newman's secret not so secret? As much as we all want Adam and Sally to be together and happy and be the future of the show in Genoa City, it seems highly unlikely that that will ever happen. Now with this huge secret, even if they do manage to keep it under wraps for a while, the truth always rises to the top. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, seems to always know the dirt on his brother and what he's been up to. Is there a chance that Adam or Chelsea could let it slip to Nick during a benign conversation, and Nick will be forced to tell Sally the truth? Let's not forget that Nick also had a relationship with Sally, and while it was much stranger and unwelcome, he still cared for her and would want her to know the truth. I&R spoilers. Chelsea Lawson steps in to keep things straight. However, with the truth about to be spoiled, we think that it could be Chelsea who steps in and pleads with Nick not to tell Sally. Chelsea doesn't want to destroy anything Adam has going on and would want him to be happy. Besides, their emotions were running high that night with the mental health of their son, and it meant nothing, or does it mean everything? While Chelsea may want to keep it secret and not come between Adam and Sally, she may actually have a deeper feeling of connection now and desperately want Adam without saying anything. It's going to get messy. What do you think? Will Nick find out the truth and want to tell Sally about what happened, or will Adam come clean? Share your thoughts and remember to keep watching the CBS soap to see what happens next. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news and updates. Nick Newman had always been a man of principle. He believed in doing the right thing, even if it came at a personal cost. But as he stood in the dimly lit room, holding the piece of evidence that could shatter so many lives, he found himself at a crossroads. The secret he had stumbled upon was explosive, and the consequences of revealing it were unfathomable. His brother Adam had crossed yet another line, and this time it involved Sally Spectra. Nick's mind raced as he replayed the events that led him here. He had been suspicious of Adam's behavior for weeks. Late-night meetings, the hushed phone calls, and the constant tension between him and Chelsea. Nick knew his brother well enough to sense when he was hiding something, and when he had finally uncovered the truth, it had hit him like a ton of bricks. Adam had been having an affair with Sally Spectra, but it wasn't just an affair. There was more to the story, something darker and more sinister. The evidence Nick held in his hand, a series of damning text messages and incriminating photos, painted a picture of manipulation and deceit. Adam had been using Sally to get back at Nick, to destroy his relationship with Chelsea, and to gain an upper hand in their never-ending sibling rivalry. Nick's heart ached as he thought of Chelsea. She had been through so much already, and the thought of her finding out about Adam's betrayal was unbearable. But what troubled Nick even more was the fact that Sally was pregnant, and the timing of it all pointed to Adam being the father. This revelation had the potential to blow up not only Adam's life, but also Sally's and Chelsea's. As Nick stood there, contemplating his next move, he heard a soft knock on the door. He quickly shoved the evidence into his pocket and turned to face the visitor. It was Chelsea, her eyes filled with a mix of worry and determination. "Nick, we need to talk," she said, her voice trembling slightly. Nick nodded, gesturing for her to come in. He closed the door behind her and took a deep breath, preparing himself for the conversation that was about to unfold. Chelsea wasted no time getting to the point. I know something's been bothering you, Nick. You've been distant and I can't shake the feeling that you're hiding something from me. Nick's heart sank. He had always prided himself on being honest with Chelsea, but this time the truth was too painful to share. He struggled to find the right words, but before he could speak, Chelsea continued. "It's about Adam, isn't it?" she asked, her eyes searching his for answers. "I can tell when something's wrong with him. And I've seen the way you've been looking at him lately. Please, Nick, just tell me the truth." Nick's resolve crumbled. He couldn't keep this secret any longer, not from Chelsea. He pulled out the evidence and handed it to her, his hands shaking slightly. Chelsea's eyes widened as she read through the messages and looked at the photos. Her face paled and she covered her mouth with her hand, trying to stifle a sob. "I can't believe this," she whispered. "Adam and Sally." Nick reached out to comfort her, but she pulled away, her emotions a whirlwind of anger, hurt, and betrayal. How could he do this to me? To us? Before Nick could respond, another knock echoed through the room. This time it was Sally. She looked frazzled, her eyes red from crying. "Nick, I need to talk to you," Sally said urgently. "Please, it's important." Chelsea's eyes narrowed as she glared at Sally. "What are you doing here? Haven't you done enough?" Sally looked taken aback, but she quickly composed herself. "Chelsea, I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. But there's something you need to know. Something about Adam." Nick stepped between the two women, trying to keep the situation from escalating further. "Sally, whatever it is, just say it." Sally took a deep breath, her hands trembling. "Adam's been blackmailing me. He found out about something from my past, something that could ruin me, and he threatened to expose it if I didn't go along with his plan." Chelsea's anger turned to confusion. "What plan?" Sally's voice broke as she explained. "Adam wanted to hurt you, Chelsea. He wanted to destroy your relationship with Nick and make you both suffer, and he used me to do it. I never wanted to be a part of this, but I didn't have a choice." Nick's mind raced as he processed Sally's words. This changed everything. Adam's actions were even more malicious than he had imagined. He had to confront his brother and put an end to this madness. "I need to talk to Adam," Nick said firmly. "This has to stop." But before he could leave, Chelsea grabbed his arm. "Nick, wait. There's something else you need to know." Nick turned to her, his heart pounding. "What is it?" Chelsea's eyes filled with tears as she spoke. "I'm pregnant, and I don't know if it's yours or Adam's." The room fell silent as the weight of her words sank in.